How's it going? Thought I'd do a bit of a veggie garden update and try and be as quick as I can. Only look at a few things this week. The zucchini up the top here, we had some leaves that were really badly infested with powdery mildew, so I just slashed them off and mulched them up with the lawnmower, as well as some trimmings from the pumpkin vine down the back, and I'm composting them at the moment with some straw and poop from the chook yard, as well as some horse manure, so hopefully we get some nice composted leaves from that. A lot of people like to throw them when they're infested with powdery mildew like this, but I don't mind composting them. The heat in there is going to kill any spores. Just two little things I saw down here. These little yellow ladybugs or lady beetles, these guys actually eat powdery mildew, so they're great. Those two there are having a bit of a feast on this leaf at the moment, but this leaf will have to come off. He's a little bit too infected for my liking, so I'll try and rehome those guys onto another leaf and see how we go. But these zucchinis have been very vigorous growers for us, so I don't mind chopping the limbs off. They tend to bounce back alright, and also too they've been in for quite a while now. They're from tip to root is probably approaching a metre or approaching a foot, 3 foot, so pretty happy with that. The marigolds from the community garden, we got the seeds from there. They're growing great guns, nice and big. And look at these piddly little ones I bought as seedlings. They virtually haven't done anything, not growing much at all. But these guys are going great guns. A few more over here. And okra and the Thai basil and the poor mini lee watermelons have finally been able to get some light after trimming these leaves off. This whole bed needs a bit of a feed up, I think. I did plant an angled loofah seedling down the back there, so we'll see how he goes. I'm actually thinking about planting some winged beans in here. Pineapple is P1 and here's P2. P2, pineapple 2 is looking really healthy, so he's growing nice and big. Down here the cacao, that cacao is nearly ready to come off. I had 3 female flowers on this one. Everything's been fed over the last couple of weeks and bouncing back nicely. It was looking a bit sad there for a while, but I had 3 female flowers on this one, but I only had 2 male flowers to pollinate them with. One female opened on a day there was no males, so I used a Jarrahdale pumpkin male flower from down the bank to pollinate him, so we'll see how he goes. Mini lee watermelons, these are the same age as the ones in the top IBC bed, and just look at them, they're doing fantastic. These purple tomatillos, they're being attacked by the Colorado potato beetle, so I'm just experimenting, spraying them with a bit of molasses. That stops other leaf chewing insects, so I'll see how it works with those guys. One thing I have been wanting to show you guys, very impressed about, are these dragon fruit. These are yellow dragon fruit. We've got the vine out the front that gives off the most spectacular flowers. That's a red skinned white flesh dragon fruit. These are a yellow skinned white flesh dragon fruit. They're a little bit smaller, and we're going to try and grow these on little trellises out the front and give a few to my father as well. I've got another punnet of them over here. He's looking quite happy in there, starting to get their little spines, so very impressed with that. Aquaponics are going really well. See if the fish want to say g'day. Hey fish! So leave them alone. Strawberries are going great guns, thinking about planting a wing bean in here, we'll just see. Spices, this is what I wanted to show you. Finally got our 3rd turmeric cup. I actually met the guy who grew these, Scott. Thank you very much, mate. And I got some extra seeds off him, different bits and pieces, some really rare seeds. He's a wealth of knowledge on different plants and seeds and varieties, so he lives very local to us as well, so it'd be great to catch up with him again. The lemongrass, just booming along. Little feral lettuce over the back is doing really well too. In here we'll have a quick look. Our basil's going great guns. This basil here is actually a mix. We grew sweet basil and opal basil last year, and this is the seed that came from all the plants, and it was just mixed together and sowed out. And I think you can see 3 distinct varieties. We've got like a sweet basil dominant variety here. We have the traditional opal, and this one here is like a cross between the two. It's got slight purple variegation right down the center of the veins, and has the more purplish looking flower on the top. So yeah, I'm happy. We're sort of making our own species of basil here, or variety, sorry, of basil here. So these are bushing up nicely. Some of them will be used in a veggie stir fry tonight. The lettuce is going to seed, so we've been giving these to the fish. I'll take some over now and show you in a minute. Our capsicums are doing well, they're bull's horns and mixed. Down the end there, Hitman, are your Bigilocchias, and shaded over there is a yellow 7, and that's a jalapeno and another jalapeno. Our bull's blood beetroot down here is doing alright. Sorry for the shading and the shadows. Some more of the spice we're really impressed with. The ginger's finally come up in here from last year, and also the turmeric. And that galangal has just gone great guns. It's actually starting to get little flower spikes on it. So we can expect some flowers from the galangal this year. Oh, some's already opened, I hadn't noticed that. So I'm very impressed. That'll be something to look forward to when they open. Yeah, but this is just booming along. If you've seen or remember any of the walkthrough clips from earlier in the year, it was only up there. So yeah, it's put on a lot of growth. Just quickly feed this to the fish. Go fishies. They love their lettuce. They get right into it, eh? Anyway, back to the garden. Okra's going good. Pulled off another finger for tonight's stir fry. The cucumbers. These are the double yield from Diggers. These guys, so they're putting on a lot of females now, and they're some of them are getting rather large, like that one there. So we'll have our first kiwis for the year off soon. Very impressed with that. I'm trying to grow Warrigal green, so I sort of just put a section in there and buried him and keeping him very moist. Calendula died, but look at this. The next generation's coming through like a carpet, so I'm going to end up with a bed full of calendula. This yacon has just gone crazy. It's put up heaps of extra growth, new branches on new sections, not really branches. So it's just gone crazy. That's a yacon. It's called a ground apple. It comes from the Andes. Bed needs to be sown out. We have our broad ripple yellow currant. I think he's pretty much well coming to the end of his days. Still some fruit on there. These beans have been producing so well. I actually need to come down and harvest these before we go out. There's heaps of new beans on there to pick, so they're doing great guns. Those zucchinis are still going really well. The spaghetti squash over the back needs to be harvested. 2 of them I think should be ready this week. These are Lincoln's tomatillos. They're the red ones. Hitman's are the purple ones up the top there. What else have we got? Ah, the Jarrahdale pumpkin. This was just covered with pumpkin last time, so we trimmed him right back, and that's what's in the compost tumbler. And we have 1 or 2 that have decided to stick now. So that one, and I pollinated this one here yesterday, so we'll have to see if he sticks. But yeah, it was just getting crazy down here, and we get a lot of brown snakes. Had a few pH issues with the blueberry. It was sitting around about the 7. It was about 6.97 on our little meter. So a couple of weeks back, about a month and a half, 6 weeks ago, I fed it up with some elemental sulfur or flowers of sulfur, and yeah, the pH has already dropped 1 point. I'm taking it easy though because it's in a barrel, so I'm going to give it another dose of sulfur, and hopefully that'll bring the levels down. Veggiepatchinperth actually did a clip about pH in his blueberries, so I'll stick a link up there and you can go and have a look at his blueberry soil testing clip. It was rather a good one. Yeah, so this pumpkin was all over here and down through there and growing up in there, so yeah, it was just getting too out of hand. I have my first watermelon on ever, and there's another little one down in there. Over here, there he is, there's the little one. It's a hybrid variety, it's not an open pollinated, so this is the only one we're growing this year. We had the seeds, so we might as well put them in. My oldest daughter bought them. Yeah, so all down here had the baby bear pumpkins as well, but now it's been reined in. They're looking a little bit healthier, surprisingly. We do have a bit of a powdery mildew issue, but I should spray that this afternoon. But the fruit is starting to ripen up, so I'm very impressed with the fruit we've got from them so far. There's about a dozen on, so yeah, they should be nice. Ooh, looking forward to those guys. Over here in the spice bed we have some ginger popping through. I thought it was turmeric. It's not up there as ginger. It's actually not looking too happy. This turmeric has overtaken it already, so there's some more turmeric in there, but I'm pretty content because we've got the ginger in the other bed that looks like it's going to survive. Plus, just back around to this bed, we have 2 gingers in there as well. So yeah, I'm more than happy with the amount of ginger we're going to have. Just a quick little look at the pond. Heaps of fish in here now. So, going everywhere. Very impressed with this. It's coming along nicely. We got some floating lettuce pond plants from a friend of Bianca's at her work. So yeah, it's looking nice. So well, that's pretty much all it. I'll try and keep this one under 10 minutes. I'll try and edit it down. Any comments, questions, suggestions, drop them in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. So, and also too, if there's anything in particular that I've been missing and anyone's interested in looking at, let us know as well and I'll cover that in the next clip. The next update will be an aquaponic one over the next couple of days. So take it easy and have a good one. Catch up.